Hi everyone, it's Chaya here. So today I'm just going to do a little eyeshadow look with you. First of all, I just want to apologise about the changing light that's going to happen in this video. I'm sitting in front of a window right now and it's quite bright right this second, but as soon as a cloud comes over it gets quite dark, so if those changes of light happen, I'm sorry about that. There's not really much I can do. Just enjoying the fact that it's actually just really sunny today, and you know, it's lovely. It's really nice and warm. So anyway, today I'm going to be using my Masquerade by Juvia's Palace eyeshadow palette today. So I bought this. I went to Ulta Beauty when I went to America in, I think it was October last year, to visit some family. I've mentioned in another video that I did, and I've never been to an Ulta before, and oh my god, it was absolutely phenomenal. Like, I just loved that shop. Anyway, so this is one of the things I got. I know it's not new. I know loads and loads of people have done videos using it, and it's not that I'm offering a review here. I'm just going to share my opinion because I bought it in October, and because I bought several things when I went to Ulta, I haven't actually used it yet. Like, I've swatched a few of the colours and that's it. So today I just really like it. I'll show you inside. If you haven't seen it, you know, then this is it. This is actually a mini Masquerade palette. So just the colours are absolutely beautiful. I'm really drawn to this purple today, and maybe even this purple, and maybe a little bit of this pink. Where is it? This pink here. I just really like those colours. I really feel like maybe that's the direction I'm going to head today. I don't know. I haven't planned out this video. I just thought that I would come on and just play a little bit with my makeup and see where I get to. Because the only thing I'd say about this palette is there doesn't seem to be any neutrals, or I think it's going to be quite hard to find tones to use in my crease. So I think I'm going to have to probably use another palette. So I'm either going to use the NYX Lingerie palette, which I got in a Superdrug quite a while ago, and that has some nice colours in, some nice sort of quite neutral tones. So it's got some pale colours, but again, transition shades I'm not so sure. So my third option, because I have a third, is the Shaaanxo Remix palette. So, and that is the one that's my go-to. So that does have quite a few sort of transition type colours. So we'll see as I play along with my makeup. I'll give it a go. So I hadn't actually thought about what I was going to do, and I've already done my skincare. So I've done my spray and my cream and all of that stuff, and then I had started to put concealer under my eyes because I'm not using foundation at the moment, so that was my next step. And then I thought, actually, I bought this little I bought a little pack of paper tape in Flying Tiger yesterday, for like to try and use it for my makeup. So I thought actually I'd give that a go. So I stopped putting my concealer on. I haven't powdered it or anything, and I hadn't actually put that much on, so I just prepared my eyelids instead, and I'm going to use some of this tape and see how this works. It's not very tacky. It will stick, but I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll give it a go. Anyway, I'm going to pop that on and then I'll be back. Okay, so here I am. I'm back with my tape on. It's actually tackier than I thought. It's stuck quite well to my skin. I think I've got them about even. It's really hard to tell where to draw the lines, but I think that's about right. Anyway, so I have decided to start off with my Shaaanxo Remix palette, just to put down a little bit of base colour. So I'm just going to zoom you in here a little so we can get started. So I will list in the description box down below what palettes and products that I use, and also I'll list the shades, the shade names, just to make it a bit easier. So I'm just going to start with Buttercup from the Remix palette, which is a really just a sort of creamy, yellowy creamy colour, just to do a little powder base. It does give me a little kick up when I use the palette, but not too much. even out this tone a little. Right, and then I'm going to go in, same palette, I'm going to go in with a slightly pinky, pale pinky shade. I'll try and show you, hold on, that one just there, you can see. It's called Bestie. It's also in the Shaaanxo palette. I'm just going to use, I've got a little mirror in the palette, so I'll use that. So I'm just going to, it's just a gentle sort of pink, dusky rose shade. So in order to, see there, look, that tape is actually coming up a little. Hopefully it'll stay on. Yeah, so to prepare my eyelids for the makeup, I used my concealer, which is the MAC Pro Longwear. I didn't use too much of it, I just like to dab it on and then put a little bit of translucent powder over the top. I find that does a good job for me. Okay, so there we go, there's a little bit of that shade on. It's just a little colour for some transition. I'm really sorry about the light. I know it's annoying. It's coming up there as well on that side. The tape is not too badly. Right, anyway, so let's go in to the Masquerade palette. I'm excited about this. It's just so pretty. So I'm going to start off with Zobo, which is, yeah, I'm going to start off with Zobo, which is this purpley shade just here. And I'm going to just use a gentle fluffy, a little fluffy brush for that. So I'm going to basically do my eyes in 3 sections. So I've got my outer corner here, and then I've got my middle portion, and then my inner corner here. So on my outer, I'm just going to put this pink shade, pinky purpley shade, sorry. Just sort of just below where I put the base colour. I'm just going to blend it into my eyelid here. So I put that pinky base shade up here. I'm not going to go that far up. Oh, this tape. I might just have to clean it up later, and that's fine. Right, so you can see that's a really nice pink. I haven't packed my brush with pigment because I don't want it to be crazy, and I don't want there to be harsh lines. I just want to be blended and smooth. Look what pretty colour though. And then I'm going to go with a fluffy brush and just sort of fluff out those edges a little bit using the transition colour that I used from the Shaaanxo palette, just to soften the edges a little bit so it looks like a natural transition rather than a harsh line. So now I'm going to go in, just clean off that brush, I'm going to use the same one, and I'm going to do my outer corner right here with a darker purpley colour, because that's actually turned out quite pink, which I like but not what I was expecting, I suppose. So I'm going to use the colour Mekeda, this purpley shade just here in the Masquerade palette. And then I'm going to put that just to deepen the shade at the edges. Here we go. it actually does have a shimmer, which I will say, like, there's a lot of bright colours in the Masquerade palette. I don't think that it's one that I could use ever by itself, because I need something a little bit lighter just for transition and base and stuff, and it doesn't really have that, but it does have loads of bright colours. It has lots of shimmer actually, like this purple that I'm using right now is actually a shimmer shade. I am picking up a little bit of shimmer actually. It's got some really pretty purple flecks, shimmer flecks through it. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so now put that onto the edges. I'm going to go back to my fluffy brush again and just across the top again, just blend it out a little. I will do that towards the end as well, right? So I might darken up the edges a little bit more as I go along with like a brown or something, maybe. But now, what I'm going to do is use a little bit of my Pro Longwear concealer to cut my crease a little. Just going to put a little bit on the back of my hand. I'm going to use a thin brush and just basically put it just on the inner corner and towards the middle of my eyelid. So I saw this hack where you put it on and then you look up and it gives you a guiding line, see? Which is a really handy little tip I've learnt. Not really sure where that tip originated from. I've seen, I think maybe I saw Nikki tutorials do it. I'm not sure. Maybe Kim Tai, they're people that I watch quite regularly. So maybe it was one of them, I'm not sure. Anyway. Just going to bring it in and into the middle here. Just towards that purple shade that I've just put down. And there's one side. Just going to get the other side done. Okay, there we go. It doesn't look great right now. Hopefully when I'm done it will. So I'm going to use a small sized fluffy brush and I'm going to put on some of the pink, the sparkly pink in the Masquerade palette. My only concern is that these colours are all coming off quite pink, but we'll put it on and we'll see how we go. So I'm just going to put that into the middle. So it's quite a bright, light pink. So hopefully we'll be able to see the different colours. Very pretty. You see, there is a difference. I'm not going to bring it all the way to the front because I want to use more of a shimmery colour right at the front. There comes the sun. Oh, so lovely. I don't know if anyone else is the same, but I just feel more alive when it's sunny. I genuinely think that I was born to live in a hot country. I mean, I did live in Madrid for 2 years and I absolutely adored that. Right, so I've packed on that pink I do think that the shades are quite similar, so I will go back and darken the more purpley tones as I go. But for now, I'm just going to blend a little bit over the top because I want those colours to sort of blend into each other. And also I'm just going to blend onto this side so there's a gentle transition into the pink. So just along the edges of where I've placed that pink. This tape is really annoying me. It's not stuck down at all, which is such a shame because there's some really cute paper tapes in Flying Tiger and I'd really hope they would work. It's not at all what they're made for, so it's not like it's a faulty product. I just was hoping I'd be able to use it. So for my inner corner, I'm going to use this shade called Giza, which is in the Masquerade palette. It's a sort of, it's slightly paler than a champagne shimmer sort of shade. So I'm just going to place that here. And the reason that I decided to do the cut crease today is so that you can really see the colours that I'm placing on top, because otherwise I feel like this would have just been a very blended out blotch of pink, I guess, and I want to be able to see all the colours. Also, this shade is actually a lot whiter on, maybe because I'm putting it on top of the concealer, but in the palette it kind of looks like it's got a bit of a gold edge to it. But in real life it doesn't really. I'm going to put a little bit more pink into, just blend towards that shade. And also I'm going to intensify that dark purple on the outer. I think what I might do as well is just on the very end put in some really dark shade, maybe some brown. Some dark brown, there we go. Just to give it a bit of depth. I'm going to go back to my fluffy brush as well, just because I feel like there's some harsh lines across the top which I want to smooth out a little. And I have still got the same product on that brush, you know, because I had packed it on a little. So as you can see, there is still colour payoff from it, just a little bit to help with the blending. Yeah, I think I'm just going to, when I take this tape off, I think it's going to be quite messy, so I'll use a wipe to even out the line. Just to brighten the eye a little. I think that's actually a really nice transition. See there, it's going gently into the pink and the pink into the purple. This is obviously not something I would wear every day. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do the other eye and then I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back and I have put the same makeup on the other side. I have also taken a thin brush, and so I wasn't very happy with the purple right on the edge, so I've actually taken a bluey shade in the Masquerade palette, a bluey purpley kind of shade. I'll show you next, this one. Just here. It's called Chai or Chi, and I have just placed that on top of the purple a little bit right at the edge, just to give it a little bit more depth, which I think has helped. Also on this eye, I started putting some of that same Chai colour right on my below my lower lash line, just to incorporate that colour below my eye as well. So I'm going to remove the tape anyway, just to see what it looks like, and then I can carry on with my look. Ooh. Actually not bad. Obviously I've had fallout below the tape here. That's okay. The actual line is quite clean. I'm shocked. That was £1 for I think three or four rolls like this. So, you know, not bad. Anyway, so you can see there, I've got some of that colour under my eye. I'm just going to go ahead and do this side as well. And I am bringing it right to my inner corner. I'm going to remove that tape so I can actually get to my outer corner. It always feels a bit sore when you take the tape off, doesn't it? Again, really not a bad line. I am pleasantly surprised. Right, so I'm going to put that colour just there, and I'm going to bring it up a little too, just to meet the colour on my top lid, on my lid even. So at this point, I will just go back and just see if there's any patchy areas in my makeup that I feel need blending out just a little bit more. That's what I'll do. I'll clean up the edges just here, and I'll put on the rest of my face, and then I'll be back. Hi guys, so this is the finished look. So I've done my base, I put on some colour on my lips, just a very nude kind of colour. It's obviously very intense as a look. I do love the shades of pink and purple. It's really hard. I'll move around a little so you can see, because there are shimmers across my eyelid, but it's really hard for it to come across on camera. I'm just going to zoom you out now. Alright, so here is my finished look. As you can see, I've finished my face. I really do love the colour payoff that you get from this palette. So just my thoughts in general, I suppose. I would definitely say if you're going to use this palette, then don't do your base in advance, because you do get quite a bit of fallout, and because the colours are so intense, that will just wipe across your face. There's been a little bit of kickback back in the palette, but nothing too major, nothing that you can't handle. The colours are beautiful. I would say that I feel like maybe, I don't know, I do like the choice of colours that I've made, but I normally would like something a little bit more multi-toned, I suppose. It's very, very single-toned, what I've chosen to do today, and that's my fault for choosing those colours, I guess. It does in the palette look like they're quite different, the pink, the purple, and the sort of like the dusky pink, and I did have to add in that blue just to intensify in the edge, but I think that the final look is really pretty. The colours were really easy to use, as you saw with the brushes. I didn't have any problems at all, they were just dry brushes, and they cleaned off the fallout on my cheeks, just cleaned up really, really easily. So yeah, I really like it. I'm really excited to try another look. I think maybe next time like a greeny blue look. This is obviously, you know, an intense look. I'm not going to go to the shops dressed like this, or maybe I will, because I need to go to the shop actually. But yeah, I really like it. I hope that you do too. Also, don't forget that tape. That was amazing actually. It's ended up being, you know, giving me a really good line. I had to clean up under it, but really barely clean up where it was actually meant to keep the line. So I'm really impressed with that. I will definitely keep using it and keep trying it, and possibly even repurchase once I get through my like 3 to 4 rolls. Anyway, it's been lovely doing this makeup with you this morning. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to try and put out content a lot more regularly. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you next time, and take care. Bye.